What's going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high grade Blue Destiny Unit 2 exam from Mobile Suit Gundam The Side Story Blue Destiny. So, this is the Unit 2 over here with its Xeon colors. Well, it's mainly just the shoulders that are different than the rest of the body because, well, apparently the pilot has a thing for red shoulders, but nevertheless, this is the Blue Destiny in itself, and it actually looks pretty generic while being like mainly blue, which not a lot of Gundams do nowadays. Mainly like they're just like black from the Gundam Grammary or just other colors like mainly white and stuff. But with a mainly blue color scheme for a kit, this guy actually looks pretty unique. But well, for the same, it's just like the big blocky stuff from the Universal Century, and yeah, it looks pretty generic. But the molding kind of nails down the actual design of the kit itself. So I really like the kit for that. And for stickers, you have the forehead, the eyes, the back of the head, the triangle over here, triangle here, and the white circles over here. And what's next? And I believe that is it on the main body. Now you have the decals over here. I put on the Xeon logo for this version of the kit. So there is one thing about the stickers. You have the option of putting the stickers on in its exam mode or its normal mode. Now the eyes are different because you have a separate eyepiece that you can put on. I will show it off later. But then the forehead camera and the back of the head, the back camera, you actually only get to choose it once. So I went with the exam mode because that is what is put in all of the photos. So I went with the exam cameras, and it turns out to be pretty cool with even with the green set of eyes. And I forgot to mention this, if I sound a bit jumpy, it is because it is kind of cold. But anyways, that is all the details for the Blue Destiny. So for the articulation of this guy, this doesn't have a poly cap for the neck, but nevertheless it has a neck joint pretty good and has a ball jointed head. The arms are not on poly caps as well. They're on this kind of a flip up plastic joint. Since it is plastic on plastic, it can still rotate, but it feels a bit tight. This can move out for some reason, I don't know. Better ventilation for the exam mode probably. The arms can go out that far since it doesn't have any restraints. Rotation, a double jointed elbow, ball jointed wrist, and this kind of cuff over here, this kind of socket over here actually is a ball joint on itself. So it kind of has a little bit of minute movement. The waist can rotate, crunch a little bit. Front skirts are molded together, but when you cut it off the tree, it separates itself, even though it tells you to cut it. So pretty good, and it doesn't feel loose in any way. Because yeah, in the previous high grade experiences, I cut the skirts. They all feel loose. This one doesn't. Same to the Zeta. Side skirts move on a hinge, back skirt doesn't move at all. The legs can surprisingly do the funky dance, which a lot of kids cannot do due to the joints tightness and stuff. The legs can go forwards, backwards a little bit, outwards all the way, rotation at the hip, double jointed knee, looking pretty good. The feet can move forwards and back, side to side, rotate some, and this piece of armor can move. So all in all, pretty good articulation for the Blue Destiny. I would say it is very articulate for a ground Gundam. Well, this guy primarily operates on the ground, so having a wide range of articulation is necessary, and I think this guy nails it. For accessories, I'm going to start off with the pieces on the back. So you have two sets of thrusters, I may say. So first you have this kind of backpack over here, which is just plugged onto this plate over here. So yeah, there we go. Second set, you have to remove these pieces and put on these thrusters. And sadly, you cannot put both of them together. I tried, but the thrusters just protrude out too much for the actual backpack base to be put on. Well, although you can kind of remove these pieces and nope, it still cannot be fitted on. So choose either one. I believe the backpack looks better because, yeah, just seems like the beam sabers are sticking out of the backpack. So I'll be back after I configure it. Next up, we have the extra shoulder armor. So you can actually choose between the Zeong and the Federation shoulder armor, but you do not have enough polycaps. So make sure you have some of these polycaps, like with the round head and flat base, so you can actually switch the arms with the shoulder armor. So I never tried it on with the Federation shoulder armor because I never bothered. And yeah, I did put on the decals for the Federation armor as well. And to be honest, I like the Zeong shoulders more now that I look at it, because now it just makes it look too blue in my opinion. Well, it's still called the Blue Destiny, so I get that there's a point. And then onto the handheld accessories, you have the beam sabers, which are stored in the legs. So what you need to do is to pull the entire piece out. There's the beam saber. So you want to kind of open this up so that you can do a pose where it's just grabbing the beam saber out. There are two slits over here. It's originally on the upper slit. Now you put it on the lower slit, and then just kind of tip this open and let friction do all the work. And then just tip his arm down there, tip his leg up, and there you go. But you want to grab the beam saber out. It's pegged onto the armor with this gigantic peg over here, and the leg fell off. Anyways, so the beam saber is now here, and you do get two clear pink beams, the 2013 variety of beams. So yeah, these beams are going to be compatible with a lot of kits. And then you just slide it into the hand. So that's the beam sabers. Secondly, you have the beam rifle, which I don't believe is on the Unit 1. There's supposedly a green sticker for the scope, but I am notorious for losing my sticker sheets, so I just colored the scope green with my metallic green gunner marker. Actually, it looks pretty cool with the two colors over here. Well, I believe it would be gray, entirely gray, if Bandai didn't take the time, but they did. So yeah, pretty good looking rifle. You can just stick it into the hand, like so. And then you have the submachine gun, which I don't know if there is supposedly any gray on the body, but whatever. You have a support handle over here. This movable thing, I don't know what it is. You have removable ammo cartridges, and the extra cartridges are actually stored on the side skirt, so you can actually pull one off and peg the cartridge onto the machine gun. So what a great gimmick. It actually just slides into the arm, slides into the hand, as well. And then you have the shield. Pretty generic looking GM shield, I may say. And I don't know what faction do I want to put this guy in permanently, so I didn't put any decals over here whatsoever. But anyways, you have a peg on the shield, which pegs into either arm. Okay, so you can, block attacks. It looks pretty tough, actually. Okay, so you have another open hand, generously, so yep. And then we're on to the main event, the eye switch. So for this, I need to take off the head. And to be safe, you want to take off the entire V-fin. And then take off the front panel of take out the forehead basically. And then use some assistance. I'm gonna use my pair of tweezers and just basically clamp the eyepiece out. Here you are. And then grab the alternate eyepiece and then just put it in. It's kind of hard to do because this is such a small piece. So you need some patience in fiddling around to make sure the peg goes into the hole. There we go. And then just basically put everything back on. And the eyes have changed their colors. And that is another metallic green sticker for the eyes. So that's great. And it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would as a hybrid. So you can have the red cameras with the green eyes. It doesn't look half bad. So let me put it back on the Gundam. And here you have it, normal mode. Except for the forehead and back cameras. Well, not many people would take note of the forehead and back cameras anyway when it's on the shelf, because it's going to be so small, it's going to be insignificant, sorry. So that is everything on the Unit 2 Blue Destiny. Before I do any comparisons, yes, these shoulder armor have the exact same panels that can come out, because the other shoulder armors are just simply a recolor. So for comparisons, I need to bring in the local type Gundam North American type. Well, because it is still from the Universal Century and it is still a basic base on the RX-78-2 Granddaddy Gundam. Well, this came before the Granddaddy, obviously, but I feel like these two can look pretty well together, since they're all like ground type and military use Gundams. So yeah, that's all for the Unit 2 Blue Destiny. And before I end the review, let me take away this guy because you have some leftover parts. So you have, I think these are left over from the Unit 1, I believe. So you have the blue manipulators, blue joints you can build, blue shield with the stand. So I think you have some options on the colors of the joints. So if you do not like the white joints and black manipulators, you can always go for the blue. Make this guy an entirely blue Gundam. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. I would recommend this to a friend because this is, well, a basic kit and an easy kit to start on if you are starting off with Gunpla. For veterans, this is gonna be a fun kit to build anyways, especially if you are a Blue Destiny fan or a Universal Century fan in general. So that's it. That's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more gaming videos on my second channel. Link is going to be in the description below. Model reviews and model news. So subscribe to the channels in my featured page if you haven't. And sorry for the long wait. Everything is in my way. I'm going to be doing another video addressing that. But anyways, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.